And on top of all that, these are two teams that definitely do not like each other. There is ever any rivalry in the NBA that has so much natural emotion and history behind it. It is this, Negros versus Cebu. Mabuhay Pilipinas, maayong hapon sa inyong lahat. Bill Velasco po kasama si Mark Molina dito sa University of St. Lazal Gym sa Bacolod, and the Slashers with a 5-game winning streak dating back to the Crossover Cup now lay it on the line against the Cebu Gems, a team trying to get over the hump, so to speak. Mark?
Tama yun. Probably the biggest rivalry in the NBA.
Oh, yes.
Cebu versus Negros. Saka ito yung 5-game winning streak ng Negros will be put to a test here. Maybe Cebu 7-7 record. Meron kailalong ng Negros na mas malakas siguro sa Cebu. Pero Cebu and Negros will throw everything away.
Oh, yeah.
Dahil ito talagang magkakabatbata dito sa court.
Yes, all things considered equal. The Cebu Gems definitely looking for some more leadership. Matt Mitchell on your screen a moment ago is one of the leaders of this team, as is Stephen Padilla. Pero ang malaking problema dyan, sino yung magiging pangatlong scorer nitong team na to?
Tama yun. Ang dalawang player lang ang consistent dito, Mitchell and Padilla. Sino ang third scorer? Si Mike Manigo ba? Arnold Gamboa? Hindi natin alam eh. That's why Cebu has been very inconsistent this conference. In fact, the last 7 games, ang record nila, win-loss, 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 win.
Nako.
So, very inconsistent. Yan ang sumasakit ang ulo ni Coach Richie Turi. Dahil besides the two players, wala siyang ibang nagse-step up on a consistent basis.
Alright, and we'll find out more about the protagonists in this dramatic second game of our doubleheader today on NBA Sunday. Of course, later on, Patricia Hezes will report on the Negros Slashers. But first, here is JC Gonzalez with the inside track on what's going on with the Cebu Gems. JC!
Alright, thank you very much, Bill. What transpired in the Cebu dugout was basically, they talked about everything on defense. He talked, Coach Tonichi Turi telling his boys, the power of the Negros offense is the ability of their point guards to set up the play. Now, what are they going to do to counter this? They want the two guard to bring down the ball every single time as much as possible. They want to limit Welar and Madrid, bring the ball down. In that way, they cannot set up their plays properly. And another thing, gang rebounding was another note that Coach Tonichi put up. He says, sayang a whole good 24 seconds of defense gets wasted kung makukuha lang ni Batog or ni Ferriols yung offensive rebounds, which is basically where they make their money on the court. So he goes everyone from the center down to the point guard, gang rebounding. And basically, well, that was it that they talked about in the Cebu dugout. And one thing important that you guys might want to note, security measures here in the gym have been beefed up, especially behind the Cebu bench. Hopefully we don't have any incidences of flying chairs or flying batteries or what have you. Security has been beefed up here in the Bacolod gym, so we should expect a safe and fun game. I turn you over now to Patricia, who is on the Slashers bench.
Thank you, JC. Negros Slashers is being described as the much intensified team in the Southern Conference after winning a 5-game streak in the Crossover Cup campaign. The fire is still in their eyes, it's very evident. And on top of that, they are very much emotionally charged to win today's game, because today they are dedicating this first inter-conference game for their pioneer, team captain, and father figure, Jack Tanuan, who is now in the hospital as in need of a kidney transplant. Negros Slashers did a fundraising, dubbed Alay para kay Papa Jack, which also explains their intensity to win today's game against their ultimate rival, the Cebu Gems. Also note, in the last 2 seasons, Negros played exceptionally well when their emotions were high, so expect the intensity level of the Slashers to be up to date. Bill, Mark?
Alright, thanks a lot. And now, talking about the Negros Slashers, of course, they always play at a very high pitch when they are at home, get off to a big start right away. And today will definitely be the same thing.
Tama yun, yung confidence itong Negros Slashers team, napakataas na. I can't imagine any team na mas mataas ang confidence dito. With due respect to the San Juan Knights, this is the hottest team right now in the NBA.
Oh, yes.
Dahil 5-game winning streak, including a win over San Juan here during the last game of the Crossover Cup. So mahirap talaga talunin itong Negros Slashers at home. Yun mahihirapan ng Cebu Gems. Especially ang bench itong Negros Slashers, di hamak na mas malalim kaysa sa Cebu Gems.
And looking at Negros, they are almost unbeatable at home. Of course, the road is another story, but it's similar for the Cebu Gems. They struggle at the start of this tournament, or this season rather, and generally they play very, very well at home, but on the road, again, emotional stability, leadership, these are the things that the Gems are looking for, especially come crunch time.
Tama yun, yun ang babantayan natin mamaya dito. Kung ready ba si Cebu Gems, kung kaya nilang talunin ang Negros Slashers at home. it is very important that they have a good start. Dahil kung maunahan kagad sila nito, the crowd will get involved, may hirapan itong Cebu Gems.
All right, now the big question here is where will all of this help come from that we've been asking for? Padilla and Mitchell carrying a very big load, as you can see. Pero itong si Cardel at Ferios, just two of the weapons that the Negros Slashers have. And they use a full complement now at sa ilalim ni Coach Robert Sison. Ngayon, lahat nagiging offensive weapon. Lahat na manlalaro, gumagawa.
Tama yung Bill. Makikita mo, halos identical lang numbers yung dalawang pares natin doon. So ang tanong dito, baka ma-neutralize na nilang each other. So ang tanong dito, sino ang magsi-step up? Mas maraming capable sa Negros Slashers because they have a deeper bench. Yung De La Rosa brothers, very consistent. Nandiyan si Alvin Teng, maraming pwedeng mag-step up dito. Kasi Cebu Gems, yun ang question mark natin ngayon. Because if nobody besides Stephen Padilla and Matt Mitchell steps up in this game, then mapapauwi na maaga itong Cebu Gems.
Oh, at alalahanin natin, the emotion in this game is so high that the Negros Slashers want to take out the Gems right off the bat.
Tama yun. Sabi mo, trademark itong Negros Slashers. Quick starts, especially when they're playing here in Bacolod. Tsaka yung fast break game nila is at an all-time high. So, tignan natin. This is Coach Robert Seasons 5-0 so far in this with the Negros Slashers. So, tignan natin kung may extend pa niya yung winning streak niya.
And luckily for them, the first 3 games of the Intraton Challenge will also be at home. So, they got a real big streak going here.
Tama yun. Kaya ang kailangan dito sa Negros Slashers, makaipon ng panalo. Ngayon, first after nung set of games na yun, 5 games on the road ng Negros Slashers where they always struggle. So kailangan if they can sweep yung first 3 games na yun,
May baon na.
meron ng baon para sa pagpunta nila sa Mindanao and other Visaya na venues.
Alright, and remember, it is the first 2 or the top 2 teams in the North and the South who will go on to the semifinals here in the Intra-Conference Challenge. The starters for Cebu, Padilla, Manigo, Se, Mitchell, and Sion for Negros, Velar, Cardel, Teng, Berriols, and Romy De La Rosa, the officials, John Manyosca, Albert Cruz, and Ed Parulena, wearing 13, 17, and 26 respectively. This is going to be explosive. You can bet on it. Fasten your seatbelts. Cebu at Negros.
Ito, regular starting lineup ito ng Negros Slashers. Pero kung titignan natin, ang Cebu Gems, 2 point guard dito, Stephen Padilla and Mike Manigo. So, expect a lot of pressure on Maui Velar.
Definitely so. They need some outside shooting to counteract the size of the Slashers. Cardel bombing away 2-0 Negros.
Ayun ang outside shooting na pinakita kagad ni John Cardel. If Cardel starts hot, masamang sinyalis siya para sa Cebu Gems dahil streak shooter po si John Cardel.
And generally, between these 2 teams, ang team na makalamang kagad generally comes out the winner.
Tama yun, dahil importante ang control dito. Dahil emotional lang naman dito Especially itong Cebu Gems, sabi nga natin, very fragile ang emotions sila, especially when on the road. So tingnan natin kung makakabawi itong Cebu Gems dito.
Alvin Teng committing his first foul. He's got a tough job trying to contain Max Mitchell, trying to find a cutter. Taken away by the Slashers. Padilla really leading Velar up high, making him expend some more energy and more importantly, use up more of the clock. Cardel. Mainit pa ba? Missing that one. Seb bringing it into the hands of Padilla. Padilla. For an opening floater. Ferios pulls it down.
Yun ang inside battle na babantayan natin dito. John Ferios versus Matt Mitchell. Nagkapanggana sila doon sa last 3-point play.
Remember, start of the season, Ferios was playing center until they acquired Alvin Teng. Maui Velar, inside scoop. 4-0.
Yan ang mabigat for the Slashers. Yan ang emotional leader nila si Maui Velar. Sabi nga ni Coach Nichi Ituri, ang kailangan nila i-stop sa game na to, si Maui Velar.
Mitchell comes out to meet the ball. Se. Bumped by Ferios. A lot of interesting sidelights also to this game. A couple of former Slashers now playing for the Gems. You have Allen Sasan and Carlos Sion.
Tama yun. Si Allen Sasan talagang Ilonggo talaga yan.
Ito yung isa sa mga hinintay nila mula sa palarong pambansa na first season ng NBA. Held ball situation. Cebu will maintain possession.
So makikita natin dito medyo wala pa yatang attempt itong Cebu Gems. So medyo disarray ang offense sila.
Ang sikip sa loob.
Masikip talaga. You have to expect na every time Matt Mitchell gets the ball, may double team dyan galing from the Negros Slashers. Kaya na si John Cardel ang nagdo-double sa kanya. So importante yung makashoot sa labas si Stephen Padilla tsaka si Mike Manigo.
Padilla, great screen from Mitchell and he buries the triple. That's going to be crucial for the Gems.
That's the shot that can win this game, the 3-point shooting. Because for sure, si Matt Mitchell, ito double team ng Negros Slashers.
Well, as clear as day, wala losing it. The harassment continues. Padilla looking inside to Manigo, blocked by 10. Goes to Cardel. Slashers are on the run. Cardel scores it easily.
2-on-0 fast break. Walang bumaba dun para sa Cebu Gems. Lahat sila, they all clash the offensive boards. Walang naging safety.
Ang nangyari, sumaksak sa loob ng dalawang gwardiya. Walang lumabas.
Tama yun.
6-3, Negros. Mitchell desperately trying to post up. Tank denying him effectively. Manigo mula sa labas. Tapos, no second shots for Cebu.
Correct, and all of the shots of Cebu coming from the perimeter.
Robert Season hopping on the sidelines. You can see him at the bottom of your screen, practically directing every play. Double screen, De La Rosa gets it. Sion in his face. Fires anyway. Wala, swipes it. To Cardel. Alvin Tang inside, makes it.
Lucky break for the Negros Slashers. The ball falling in the hands of John Cardel. Great pass inside to Alvin Teng.
8-3. Again, we said Negros feeds off emotion, wants a big start, and they're getting it. Mitchell bowing inside, left-hander doesn't go.
Alvin Teng is doing a great job defending Matt Mitchell right now.
4-on-3 situation, Perio's inside. They are killing Cebu off the fast break, and the Gems need a timeout. They are being swamped on the run. 10-3, Negros magpapatuloy ang NBA games. This is a 30-second timeout brought to you by Revicon. Buhay ang dugo, buhay ang lakas. Let's find out how Tunichi Tour is gonna calm down his gang.
One pass, two passes, we take the shot. See? Hold your place, guys. Round them properly. Now, pag pumasok isa, make sure you have a safety. So, you see the two of them going in. Pare, isa lang sa inyo pwede sa kailangan tayo mag-safety. Matakbo. Let's slow down the game, guys. Let's slow down the game. Slow down. Wanna play. Wanna play.
Okay. Tunichi Tour is saying, let us set the tone. Kumbaga, yung emotional level nila, medyo nakikisabay sila sa Negros.
Tama yun eh. Alam mo naman yung fast break, specialty yan ng Negros Slashers. So sabi ni Coach Tunichi Tour, let's slow down the game. Kumbaga, itry natin i-control yung tempo, huwag kayong mag-aapura.
And we saw a 3-point shot, brought to you by Islander Sandals, may kapal ng urig, tibay ng urig. And when you run a play, your emotions aren't really involved. It's more out of habit.
Tama yun.
Padilla. Pasok sa loob. You know, he's really made a living off that floating jump shot.
Mahirap yung tira nyo. He makes it look so easy pero for a point guard, importante meron kang ganong klaseng tira because hindi ka naman pwede makisipay pagsabayan sa mga sentro sa ilalim.
2 out of 6 field goal shooting of Cebu. Negros 5 out of 7. They packed the passing lane. Somebody got pushed. Let's see who's the guilty party.
Kinakausap ni Maui Villar si John Ferrios dahil masama ang spacing nila nung kanina. Si John Cardel at si John Ferrios posting up on the same spot.
Alright, let's go quickly to Patricia Heslip.
Yes, Bill Mark, I just want to update you on some injuries of the Negros Slashers players. Like Maui Villar is having an upper back pain. Cardel has a slight sprain and an Achilles tendonitis. Ferrios has a slight fever today, but still all of these players are in the ball game as of the moment. Back to you guys.
Thanks a lot. So, you know, those little nagging injuries are something we have to keep track on. They can practically blow up in your face. Manigo and Mitchell each have 1 foul now. 7.5 to go in the first quarter. Well out, too deep. De La Rosa. Short. Well out, nowhere to go. Mitchell poked it away. 3-on-2 fast break. Padilla takes it himself.
All 7 points here for the Cebu Gems coming from Stephen Padilla.
Parang tanong dyan, once you keep going to that well and it dries up, who's next?
Ay, hindi masusustain ni Stephen Padilla for the whole game. So kailangan may mag-step up dito.
Velar having his problems, being harassed.
Yan ang gustong mangyari ng Cebu Gems eh. Pe-pressure nila si Maui Velar para dumiskarte siya ng sarili niya. O wala ngayon sa offensive flow itong Negros Slashers. So si Maui dapat dito, he must handle the pressure well. Eh, kahit pinipressure siya, itakbo pa rin yung regular set plays ng Negros.
We also have to make note that in the off-season, Padilla and Manigo made it a point to really bulk up. But they're really banging harder now. Pass went behind Peng. But they're claiming that Gem touched it. But the Gem sticking close. 6 and 46 to go. We have a timeout. Cebu is within 3.
There's a world-class refrigerator.
6-0 run by Negros. Forget that. John Farios gets a bucket. 4 players have already scored for the Slashers.
How do you stop that kind of a shot by John Farios? Wala nang, hindi mo na matatapatan yun. You just hope that he misses.
He's a wide-bodied 6'4" who can shoot a fall away. Manigo to a cutting Homer save. Spin move in the paint, left-handed shot.
Magandang move ni Homer. Ito, this boy Homer has a lot of promise eh.
Alam mo, batang-bata pa yan.
Tama na sidetrack lang yan dahil because of injury.
A nose injury, to be specific.
Pero yung upside yan is very high.
Farios over. Mitchell tapped out by Se. You can see how alert and how focused the players are. Watch this assist brought to you by Medical. Bilis action sa headache. Alvin Peng on the weak side.
And that was made possible because of the attention that John Farios attracts pag nakukuha niya yung bola inside the paint. Dalawa na yung tao niya. So if he misses, walang nagbabackshot kay Alvin Peng.
14-11, Negros. Nasundot. Nakakuha ng Negros ang bola. Again, they try to push it up. They really respect the outside shooting of Romy De La Rosa. Takes a baseline jumper.
Good veteran move there by Romy De La Rosa. Not settling for the 3-point shot. Nilapit na dahil may height advantage and strength advantage to over Carlos Ayon.
Very clean first quarter. Mitchell. Smooth move from Matt Mitchell.
Ang maganda doon sa move ni Mitchell na yun, nakita niya yung double team. He turned away from that double team, thereby creating a free shot on the baseline.
That was his first basket. 4 and 24 to go. First quarter. Farios drop step. Basket for foul. Didn't get it. Zion to the point guard. Padilla. Nobody respected Stephen Padilla. Zion, or rather Manigo, stealing the outlet.
Itong mahirap sa Negros Slashers, talagang napakadaming defensive lapses as a team.
Butterfingers from Matt Mitchell. Benicio Perry says, that's okay, that's okay. The effort will pay off. 1-point lead for Negros. With a fast break. Hatid sa inyo ng FedEx, we live to deliver.
And after being down by 7 points, masaya na si Tunichi Turi dahil 1 point na lang alamang ngayon dito ng Slashers.
Adele couldn't knock down the dramatic jumper. Great pass from Matt Mitchell to Stephen Padilla.
And that has to be frustrating for Coach Robert Season. 2 straight layups here from Stephen Padilla. Yan talaga ang problema ng Negros eh. Transition defense, minsan marami sila masyadong lapses.
Farios jammed by Zion. Zion and Sebo admitting the foul. Were they protecting?
Imagine Bill, kung ang defense ng Negros Slashers kasi ganda ng opensa nila. Wala na sigurong tatalo dito. Probably no better team offensively in the NBA than the Slashers. Laguro lang ang tatapat.
John Farios, first most valuable player of the NBA. And among the Negros players, si Tisoy, or as Carrios is called here, siya ang pinakamalapit kay Jack Panawan dahil magkababayan sila eh. By the way, we'd like to thank Nature Spring Mineral Water, Kimaz Pension, and Bacolod Executive Inn, official residence of Mark Molina. 17 all. Now, if you're Negros, would this bother you that you're suddenly in a deadlock?
Hindi, on the part of Coach Robert season, okay lang yan dahil hindi naman tatagal sa tingin niya lamang siya sa bench eh. Sa bench strength eh. So maglumabas sila Matt Mitchell dyan. Yung second team ng Negros Slashers should outplay the Cebu Gems.
Good point. Now take a look at the score. Cebu is up by 2 under 3 minutes to go.
Ang medyo frustrating lang nga dyan, masyado maraming easy points ang Cebu Gems.
Bernard, ball fake. Went to Ferroz. There's a foul and it goes in.
And if he gets the ball under the basket, talagang unstoppable na to si John Ferroz. For a guy with that kind of strength, his hands are unbelievably soft.
So chance for Negros to take the lead once again. Cebu calls a ceasefire.
Oo, one ferry right away lang naman yan eh. Kaya si Coach Willie Angelo nandito din.
John Ferrios with the bonus. The Gems in penalty situation now, 2 and 45 to play. It's been a very exciting first quarter. Ferrios pushes Negros back into the lead.
Ito na, pumasok na si Arnold Gamboa for home mercy. Si Ruben De La Rosa pumasok na rin, tsaka si Aldrich Reyes.
Padilla playing cat and mouse with him. Padilla, long three off the iron, off the backboard. Ferrios taps it to nobody. They dive for the ball.
Great hustle there by Alvin Ting. Nakuha na ni Matt Mitchell yun eh. And he was on the move for an easy layup, pero natapik ni Alvin Ting.
And the ball will go to the Negros Slashers. Tignan natin muli.
There's that long three-point shot here from Manigo. Yeah, loose ball going to Matt Mitchell, but Alvin Ting never giving up on that play.
More movement now, more of a set play for Negros. Ferrios taking the ball away almost from Gamboa, trying to keep it in play between his legs. The ref helps him up.
You now have a smaller lineup for the Slashers. Ito si John Cadell and Ruben De La Rosa playing together.
Player but odd. This is another player whose upside is practically unlimited.
Tama yun, tsaka sa intensity, walang tumatapat siya kay Leo Batog.
Pag sinabi mong sagasaan niya yung pader, gagawin mo. Gamboa, nowhere to go, decides to put it up. They are keeping Matt Mitchell off the boards.
This is the critical stage here for the Cebu Gems. Unti-unti na pumapasok yung mga second stringers nila eh. So tingnan natin kung makakasabay pa rin sila with the Slashers.
So far, no offensive boards for Cebu. Matt Mitchell has no rebounds.
And I think one attempt pa lang kung si Matt Mitchell.
Richard Talyao comes in. One of the leaders of this team also. Talyao and Kenny Evans enter the fray.
Yan,
Shot clock down to 4.
Titignan din natin ang contributions yan. Talyao, Evans, and Gamboa.
Kailangan ngayon yan. Ferrios, double team. There's a foul.
Bad foul that time by Stephen Padilla. Wala na si John Ferrios sa sweet spot niya. Clock running down. Now he's given John Ferrios 2 free throws.
Dennis Madrid comes in at the point guard spot. Abel will sit down.
So smaller lineup yun. Si Aldrich Reyes na will swing to the off-guard position. Yan ang luxury ni Coach Robert Season. Meron siyang 3 point guard na maaasahan dito sa Negros Slashers. That's Madrid Reyes and of course Maui Dolaro.
John Ferriols. Very early in the game has 9 points. 21-19. Padilla will be playing heavy minutes today, that's for sure. Hasn't sat down yet. Sion. In and out. Saliao. Backing in on Madrid. Drop step. Nice move, but doesn't get it to go.
Maganda sana yun, na-recognize ni Calao si Madrid yung bantay niya. So, great move inside. Hindi lang nahulog yung tira niya.
They clear it out for Madrid. Drops it inside Ferriols. Lost it. Oh, baka pagod na rin si Ferriols.
Tama yun. Tsaka mas comfortable si Ferriols sa kabilang side. Kabilang side ng post sa left side.
Kaliwete kasi.
Oo.
Evans asking for the ball against the much smaller Madrid. Legal defense.
First violation, so warning lang yan for the Negros Slashers.
Sid White replaces John Ferriols. Roy Lura is another player who has a lot of offensive potential for the Gems.
Tama yun, hinihintay ng Cebu Gems ang breakout game itong si Roy Lura. Pero tingnan mo itong bench depth ng Negros Slashers, Bill. Sid White, the 10th man on the bench for the Slashers.
Lura inside, Gamboa, short stab. Kabla na naman tayo, final 10 seconds of the quarter. I don't know if Madrid realizes how little time is left. Dangerous pass, De La Rosa fields it. So we're back where we started after one furious first quarter, 21 all. We'll be back with the second quarter, Cebu at Negros. This is the NBA Intra-Conference Challenge. The trap put on by Negros and Evans with a push. He acknowledges.
Magandang adjustment na ginawa ng Negros Slashers. So nakita niya, wala si Padilla sa loob. Wala rin si Manigo. It-trap natin kagad ng Cebu Gems, so they forced that turnover.
Now let's hear the latest word on Cebu from JC Gonzalez.
Alright, thank you very much. If you notice, Negros has a smaller lineup entering the second quarter, and you can expect Aldrich Reyes and Dennis Madrid to have their hands full because according to Coach Nietzsche Turi, his instructions, every time you go down on offense, always try to look and post up Aldrich and Madrid because they feel they have a mismatch with this matchup, guys.
Roy Lura blowing by the whole Negros defense.
Speaking of offensive firepower, what a smooth move inside from Roy Lura.
A lot of attempts in the first period. Leo Bato just barreling into Calao, getting his own miss. Off the hands of Alforque.
Both teams shooting pretty well ditong first quarter natin. 55 for Cebu, Negros 47%.
Cebu actually picked up towards the latter stages of the first quarter.
Correct, after committing turnovers during the first 2-3 minutes, nag-settle down yung Cebu. Very important nga sinabi natin kanina, yung timeout ni Coach Tunichi Turi.
White, open jumper. It's off. De La Rosa. Evans bringing it up. Calao works the baseline.
Alam mo, tuwing may pumoposte, may dumodouble. Palagi may double for the Negros Slashers. Kaya kailangan din the Cebu Gems must make them pay with extra passes.
Aldrich Reyes looking for the opening, decides to take it himself. We'll try again. Everybody going after the loose ball.
Itong team ngayon ng Negros Slashers, hindi na malaman sa manggagaling ang offense sila dito. So dapat siguro si Sid White ang bigyan nila ng chances dito.
Alforque gambling on a steal.
Kung titignan natin to, first quarter, 55% for the Gems, slashers 47%. Rebounds, lamang ang slashers ng 6 rebounds over the Gems.
Ruben De La Rosa squeezing out of a double team, smothered. Reyes over the defense, deflected. De La Rosa finally.
And great board work from the small men of the Negros Slashers, Aldrich Reyes and Ruben De La Rosa.
Evans gets the ball back deep in enemy territory. No looker to Calao. Casual jumper from Calao. Parang baliwala.
Kung titignan mo to si Evans, parang easy, relax na relax maglaro.
25-23. Legal defense on Evans.
So both teams now with warnings.
You can see Robert Season whispering to Sid White. Madrid taking off, going high, scoring. And you know, that was a dangerous drive. Madrid, remember, just came back from a leg injury.
Tama yun, pero matapang na bata yan si Dennis. Oo. Ayan na, two turnovers already on Evans.
Reyes faking off, Gamboa rolls out, tipped up by White. By the way, Sid White just celebrated his birthday yesterday, so if there's anyone who wants to win today, it's him. Turnover by Cebu. Evans struggling at the point. How come?
Hindi siya aggressive umaatake ng double team Saka nilalagyan ng after yung mga passer niya Kumbaga too much mustard on the ketchup maglaro ko si Evans Dapat simplihan lang na muna ang basketball.
But off balance. And they're suddenly up by 4. 9 minutes to go, second quarter. Wild passing here by the Gems. Lura. Gamboa was not expecting the pass. They might want to put some of their starters back in.
Tama yun, especially one of the point guards, either Manigo or Padilla. Dahil yung tatlong guards ng Cebu Gems ngayon, ayaw nila atakihin yung clock.
Ayun.
Anytime you see a clock, you must be aggressive and make the defensive team pay for it.
They're spreading it out for Bacog. De La Rosa. Open shot. No good. Gamboa fires it ahead. Evans. Protecting the ball and scoring. They say,
Hindi nagustuhan ng mga fans yun dito sa Bacolod.
ang tingin naman nila sa mga taga Cebu mayabang. But if you ask the Cebuanos, they think of the Negresas the same way. Madrid. No rebound there.
Medyo parehong nagiging disorganized. Oo nga. Pero kailangan pagpatuloy ng slashers ang pressure dito sa Cebu Gems.
Slashers chugging up court.
Tama yung ginawa ni Coach Robert Season doon. Tinawag na si Dennis Madrid. Sabi niya, tumawag ka ng play.
White going inside.
And that was a good play for Sid White. Isolation dahil may quickness advantage to kay Arnold Gamboa.
One of the slashers is looking for a breakout game of his own. Volleyball passing deflected. Shot clock still winding down for Cebu. Gamboa using the backboard.
And he has that shot. Ito si Arnold Gamboa konting strength lang dito. Malaki mo po makatarating itong batang to.
And the slashers have an advantage off the offensive glass, which they're exploiting now. Madrid fall away.
That's his favorite shot. Going to the right sa baseline tapos fall away.
33-29. Alforque inside Gamboa. Calao clambering over White's back. Got a whistle.
Si Aldrich Reyes daring Evans to shoot from the three.
White commits his first foul, only the first on Negros, believe it or not. We're almost halfway through the quarter. The Gems also have one foul, and they call a timeout. We will be back to score 33 for Negros, 29 for Cebu. So action. At halftime, we'll discuss the intra-conference format. We'll have our halftime reports, our highlights, and our stats. A lot of stuff at halftime. Alforque. Na libre. Madrid ahead to De La Rosa. Got bumped by Alforque. Alam mo, parang nangangapa yung mga bench players ng Cebu Gems. Seem to be looking for their roles.
Actually, both teams parang hindi pa sila masyadong comfortable playing with each other. Kasi kung titigan natin, itong mga bench players natin, kung saan teams ang nanggaling.
Bagay.
Unlike yung mga first stringers, they've played together for at least the last year.
With Nathan replacing Batog. Batted away by Alforque.
Tsaka itong lineup dito ni Coach Robert Season, bihirang pinagsasabay itong si Aldrich Reyes tsaka si Dennis Madrid. But for this game, halos sa 7 minutes na magkasama itong dalawa.
White looking downstairs. Madrid. Alforque practically in his jersey. Madrid attacks the basket. Hands in the air. Good outlet pass. Roy Lura, no looker to Mitchell. Gets the bump and the basket.
Big break there for the Cebu Gems. Makukuha na ni Aldrich Reyes yun. Yung outlet pass pero he slipped. So a chance for Mitchell to get his 5th point in this game.
Biglang dumikit na naman itong Cebu Gems as you check out this fast break brought to you by FedEx. Live to deliver. Ronnie De La Rosa and Jana Del Cardel return.
Ito na, unti-unti na bumabalik yung mga main weapons ng Cebu Gems.
Cardel sporting cornrows in his hair.
Maganda on the part of the slashers because
Buhok niya?
and dahil wala,
I never thought you would comment on somebody's hairstyle, Mark. But, okay, whatever suits you.
in-imagine ko kung
It's more aerodynamic. I think.
pwedeng kami gawin sa book mo.
Now let's hear quickly from JC Gonzalez.
Alright, despite the lead of Negros, Coach Tonichi Curi has something to smile about, commending his boys on defense, because what's happening here is a lot of the points that Negros is getting are from one-on-one plays and not from setup offense. So he's telling his boys, good job, even if we're down, guys.
All right. That's a good point. But let's be patient about it. We're not unskying and getting fouled.
Ang idea ni Coach Shiryu naman dito keep the game close. And then pagdating natin sa mga last 5 minutes, let's try to make a run and steal this game. Kaya naman natutuwa dito si Coach Chituri, nakapagpahinga na si Matt Mitchell. Mike Manigo nagpapahinga ngayon. Stephen Padilla nagpapahinga ngayon. And they're only down by 1 point.
Ega Ignacio comes off the bench, replacing Sid White.
So Coach Robert Season talagang using the full complement of his bench.
Alam mo, that's really a coach's decision how many players to use, hindi ba? Pero mga coach gusto nila 8 player lang. Buong bench ginagamit.
Usually sa start ng season ginagamit mo at least 10 to 12. Pero pagdating ng bakbakan na, playoffs na, sino-shorten mo na yung rotation mo to 8 or 9.
34-32. Neither team giving up too many fouls in this game. That's a good sign for now. Evans back in. He traveled.
Tama yun. Babanggay ni Evans si John Cardel o si Dennis Madrid. Umatla si Dennis Madrid kaya nawala yung balance ni Evans.
Cool cat.
Correct. And it's hard to be a cool cat in the surroundings of the...
Tayo lang, tayo lang nga, pinapawisan. Cardel hits a difficult flying jumper. Alforque for 3.
Yun ang ayaw ni Coach Shinichi Ituri. Bad shot yun. Dahil hindi sila nag-set up sa offense sila.
Ega Ignacio has a good shot from the outside and he buries it. Yun yung sinasabi natin, lahat gumagawa.
Tama yun. Si Ignacio kakapasok lang. Providing instant offense here for the Negros Slashers.
And I think everyone practically has scored for Negros. Lura thinking a long bomb. It's out. And they always keep a body on Mitchell to really keep him from the basketball.
Correct, and this is the third guy that they have put on Matt Mitchell. Kanina si Alvin Ting, tapos si Leo Batog. Ngayon si Reynald Hugnata naman.
Alam mo, wala pa rebound si Mitchell.
Great boxing out on the part of those three players.
4.5 minutes from halftime. Matt Mitchell, the leading rebounder of the Gems, has yet to pull one down. Jump up does not go. Lura, left-hander. Well, she is left-handed.
So Roy Lura providing a spark here off the bench for the Cebu Gems. Kailangan nila yan. Just yung offensive scoring ni Roy Lura.
Contented look on the smiles of the coaching staff of Cebu. Romy De La Rosa leaning on Lura. Each team now has just a couple of fouls, 3 each.
Ito, bumabalik ng regular starting 5 ng Negros Slashers with the entrance of John Ferriols.
But generally, they come in at about the 6-minute mark. Pero kita mo, halos 4 minutes na lang natitira. So may kumpiyansa sila sa bench.
Correct, medyo mahaba-haba nga yung pahinga ni John Ferriols. Usually, mga 2-3 hinga lang yan, makabalik na.
Mitchell fronted. They try the alley-oop. Martel fires it to Villar. Drops to Ignacio. They pull it out. Martel for 3. Yes! But he howls with delight.
John Ferriols waxing hot now. I think first 3-point shot for the Negros Slashers.
41-37. The lead has expanded. Mitchell inside to Evans. Ryan and Cardell.
This foul will be called on John Cardell.
There's a 3-point shot brought to you by Islander Sandals. May kapal ng by Noring.
Ang ganda ng rhythm ng jump shot ni John Cardell that time. Pag bitaw ka lang, alam mong papasok na.
Alforque goes out. Padilla replaces him.
Kailangan na nila yung scoring ni Stephen Padilla dito. They're down by 7 points. Evans.
Double bump. And he's reacting to the fans, but at the other end, Negros is scoring.
Of course, Missouri must be upset with that. Si Evans pagkatapos na makashoot, kinakausap pa ni Evans, nakashoot tuloy si Romy De La Rosa on the other end.
Arnold Gamboa wants to drive inside. He stumbles. Evans picks off the outlet. Villar almost steals it.
Tapos Maui Villar. Perennial, lagi nasa skills sa leaders natin yan dito sa NBA.
They have a timeout by Negros. They are up 43-36. 2:45 to play in the first half. And they are challenging Cebu for the respect as the top basketball team in the Visayas. Dahil traditionally, it's been Cebu versus Manila.
Correct, and talagang yung rivalry na yan, 1998 Southern Conference Champions, Negros. 1999, Cebu naman.
Double dribble called on Evans, and the act wearing a bit thin. But he's played a lot of minutes in the second quarter.
Almost the entire second quarter. Right?
Cebu 6 turnovers this period. Negros just 1. It's been one major factor here. Bad pass.
Miscommunication on the part of John Cardell and Maui Villar.
Overloaded sila sa strong side.
Oo, tsaka akala ni John Cardell magsa-spot up si Maui Villar. So nung pinasa niya, biglang kumat si Maui.
Alan Sasan replacing Kenny Evans.
So you can hear the boost. Dahil dating Negros slasher to si Alan Sasan.
I think they're booing Evans.
Si Evans. Oo nga.
Kasi Alan Sasan, mabait na tao naman yun eh. Tahimik pa.
Mitchell, thank you for correcting me.
I don't want you to have any enemies here. Or in Cebu either. Matt Mitchell struggling with the shot. He's not able to really face the basket.
Dahil hindi na nakukuha yung bola sa sweet spot niya. Dahil natutulak siya ni Alvin Teng. Okay, he's getting the ball mga 12-15 feet away from the basket.
Grabe ang hilahan sa ilalim. Cabell. Taking his time.
He can take Gamboa off the dribble.
Decides on a fall away. Such confidence. He has 11.
Alam na alam ni John Cabell yun na pag pinirahan niya lang, inikutan niya si Gamboa, hindi makakaabot dahil mas mabilis siya kay Gamboa. And a turnover here.
Seven turnovers for Cebu in this quarter. That's the main difference. That's what's keeping Negros ahead after that.
Tama yun. And they're up by 9 points right now.
Biggest lead of the game. Perios. Rolls off.
Ang gandang matchup ng Furios versus Mitchell, 1-on-1 inside the paint.
Padilla. Mitchell got momentum, goes the other way.
Still no basket for Matt Mitchell.
It's just the finish. Perios bringing it up court, goes all the way himself. Claiming it went off Perios. Let's check that. I think they reversed the call. No, they won't. And yes, they do.
So the ball will stay with the Slashers. I think that was the right call.
Homer say,
Wala tumama dito kay
Homer Say comes into the game. De La Rosa. And the crowd reacted to every attempt by Negros. But Cebu has really kept its head here in the second half.
Okay,
Second
yun.
quarter.
Even if they're down by 9 points, hindi naman nawawala pa yung composure na si Blue Gems. Ayun, magandang player for Matt Mitchell. That time, hindi kasi siya stationary. That's why, nung nag-touch to the basket, nakuha niya yung bola, malapit na siya, under goal na.
Quiet 9 points from Matt Mitchell. Cabell. Not this time. Alvin Teng, nahuling tumutulak. Nasanay kasi siya, malaking tinutulak niya. Si Padilla lang tumilapon.
Kung medyo malaki kasi yun, hindi makahalata masyado yung hirap niya.
That went beyond allowable contact. Negros in the penalty, 31.4 seconds before halftime.
Even if Negros has a 7-point lead right now, hindi mo masasabi nga they have firm control of this game. Dahil ito si Blue Gems, maganda na nilalaro itong first half natin.
You know, in this league, 7 points is not a safe lead. 2 minutes kanina lang, yung Nueva Ecija, lamang ng 11, naitabla pa naman nila in the last couple of minutes.
Tama yun, yung game na kinover natin kapon, up ng 11 din ng Soxar Jet yun, diba? Last 2 minutes. Biglang bumaba ng 4 points.
Judge Pinero and John Lim, they wish they were in uniform, but hey, the team's winning, that's what counts. Ganun kalalim yung bench ng Negros.
Oo, may mga injured pa dyan eh. Parang kompleto na yung lineup nila.
Padilla with 13 points. And Villar knew the half-court track was coming. And Negros protecting a 5-point lead calls a 30-second timeout. Alay sa inyo ng Revicon, buhay ang dugo, buhay ang lakas. Let's check in with Robert Sison.
Hey, listen up, guys. You need to convert, okay? Look, we go back on the inbound, back, okay? Pero di naman po din, okay? Ito dito. Cap! Ronnie! Alvin! Soy! Alvin, ikaw naman inbound. At Ronnie mawin ang bola. Okay, punta ka dito, Cap! Cap, go! Fake go! Okay, kunin mo yung bola. Pagkakuha ng bola ni Mawe, Cap, handok, isolation tayo kay Cap, clear tayo din sa kabilang side. Hindi na ako mag-dribble.
Going to isolate for Jonathan Cardell.
Let's go! Tama yun, kukunin ni Maui will have dito ang inbound dito from Alvin Teng, and then he will set up John Cardell on the right side.
Cebu defending the inbound very well. De La Rosa na libre na tres. They get it back. He'll try again. Still not there. Sasan wisely tapping it to a teammate. 4-on-2 break. Padilla will line up a triple. Yes!
Big three by Stephen Padilla. So 2 points na lang.
Negro's desperately trying to beat the clock. Save fouls, and they had a foul to give.
Tama yun. Good foul on the part of Paul Merced.
Big turnaround here. Padilla decides to pull out. De La Rosa a bit late to cover that three-point shot. Brought to you by Islander Sandals. May kapal ng urig. Tibay ng urig. 3.5 seconds to go. The lead of Negros, 2 points. Periols lost the ball. Cardell will fire. Yes! And it's counted!
Mainit talaga to si John Cardell.
It's a three-pointer, so suddenly Negros has a 5-point lead and momentum going into halftime. Let's take another look. Periols wisely tipping it over. Cardell didn't even bother to look down where he was. Bottom of the net, Jonadel Cardell, 14 points, including a couple of three-pointers. That's the score at half, 48-43. We'll be back with all our halftime stuff. This is NBA basketball. The NBA games continue. The Negros Slashers pretty much in control throughout, but stiff challenge by the Cebu Gems, and that margin of safety by Negros actually just came about in the last few seconds of the first half. A lot of drama in the first couple of quarters, and you don't think this will change in the second half.
Tama yun. Marami tayong momentum swings sa ng first half eh. Good start by the Gems. By the Slashers, umabol yung Gems. Nakalamang ng 11 points yung Slashers. Pero binalik din ni Mike Manigo at saka ni Stephen Padilla at saka ni Matt Mitchell. And then that last 3-point shot by John Cardell, giving Negros a 5-point lead.
Alright, now let's look at what the conference or tournament format will be here for the Intra-Conference Challenge. First of all, remember the regular season numbers from the Crossover Cup will be held for the national finals at the end of the year. So we're practically starting from scratch. Double round robin series. The teams play each other home and away. Only the North versus the North and the South versus the South. What happens next?
So puro magkakapit bahay na maglalaban. And then win-loss record natin dito, yung records ng Crossover Cup, hindi kasali sa Intra-Con Cup.
Okay.
Start to 0 tayo. After that, all teams will play double round robin, so 12 games each. The top 2 teams from the North and the top 2 teams from the South will advance to the semifinals.
Okay, top team from the North plays the second team from the South.
Tama.
Top team from the South plays the second team from the North. And that's a one-game knockout semifinal.
1 game knockout, and then ang championship natin is a best of 3. So pwede rin tayo magaling ng North-North finals. Pwede rin makabawi ang South this time. Naging South-South naman ang finals natin.
Okay, so that sort of simplifies it. For example, today Cebu is playing at Negros. Negros will also play in Cebu when they meet each other again. And of course, they will only play the teams from the South. And so you're gonna see parang mas matindi yung emotion dito sa parte ng ating season na to.
Tama yun, dahil especially ang records din itong Intra-Con Cup will carry over to the national finals, yung playoffs natin. Eh, ngayong kalaban mo, yung katapat mo, hindi lang sa Intra-Con Cup, kundi pati dun sa national finals eh. Dahil kayo mag-will jockey for the top 4 positions para doon sa ating third conference. Tsaka alam mo naman traditionally, ang labanan dito, Visayas versus Visayas, Mindanao versus Mindanao, mas mainit talaga.
Alright, now let's check out the highlights that Mark Molina has chosen from the first half of action. Let's roll it. First quarter, Mark.
Ito, a pass by John Cardell to Alvin Teng. Dito mainit na kumpisa tong Negros Slashers eh. This time here's Maui Welal going all the way. Great drop pass to Chan Perios, finishing it with a strong left-handed layup. Lumamang kagad dito ang Slashers ng 10-3, pero si Stephen Padilla nakabawi dito. Layup here. Another layup here from Stephen Padilla. Dito nagkaroon ng defensive lapses ang Negros Slashers. Too many easy points during the first quarter for Stephen Padilla. And then we will see here, si Gamboa will hit this short jumper to tie the game after the first quarter. Papunta ngayon tayo sa second quarter. Ito, bench strength of the Slashers giving them an early lead. Sid White driving in. Makikita naman natin ito susunod si Dennis Madrid. Half fall-away jumper from the baseline. And then we'll take a look at this long pass to Roy Lura. Great pass here to Matt Mitchell, converting on a three-point play. Matt Mitchell very silent nung first half. And then John Cavell takes over itong latter part ng second half, hitting a baseline jumper. And then John Cavell from a pass of Maui Wilao, three-point shot from John Cavell. Ito susunod, one of the few easy baskets from Matt Mitchell dahil magandang depensa sa kanya ng Cebu Gems. And then here, clock winding down, Stephen Padilla hitting a three, cutting the lead 2 points ng ating dito sa ating second half. And then John Cavell, buzzer beater, eksakto, giving Ecos a 5-point lead entering the second half.
All right, now for the Cebu Gems, Stephen Padilla had 16 points, Matt Mitchell had 9, but on the part of Negros, 11 of the 12 players fielded by Robert Season have scored.
Led by John Cardel's 14 points.
Okay.
Pero sabi ko nga, Butch, wala pang team ang nakapag-establish ng control ng ating first half. Kaya si Kenichi Ituri, even though he's down by 5 points, good sign yun para sa kanya eh. Dahil these boys are playing against the crowd of the Slashers, pero hindi nawawala yung composure. So itong second half natin, up for grabs.
All right, and now fresh from the dugouts of the two teams involved, we'll hear first from JC Gonzalez and the Cebu Gems. JC?
Thanks very much, Bill. One thing interesting about listening in Cebu Huddle is that you have 3 dialects going on at the same time. You get 3 languages going on at the same time. You have a player asking in Tagalog, a coach answering in English, and another one commenting in Bisaya. It's almost very difficult to follow what's going on. But anyway, nonetheless, here's what I gathered. Okay, number 1, Coach Kenichi Ituri telling his boys they are not doing a very good job in boxing out for the rebounds, both offensively and defensively. But Olken Ferriols and the rest of the big guys of the Slashers are still getting a lot of them. He doesn't want this to continue in the second half. And another thing, special note for Stephen Padilla. He said although he's doing a very good job on offense, he lacks on defense, especially in bringing the point guard to the side. The problem with Padilla is that he allows the Negros point guard to go and set up from the middle where they can conduct their plays. He wants the Negros point guard to always be driven to the side. And finally, last point, fouling very wisely, telling his boys they budgeted their fouls very well, no one's in foul trouble, and they've done a good job in that during the first half. That was it from the Cebu dugout. Now I turn you over to Patricia on Negros.
Thank you, JC. As per Coach Robert Season, they are on the right track. He gained confidence in what he is doing and was able to blend with his players. In this ballgame, Slashers in the lead because Coach Robert Season believes that all of his players showed extra effort, not only his first 5, but even the second stingers, which he gave some time in the ballgame. Cardell's 3 points were dynamic for the Negros Slashers, which also made them lead more in the last few seconds of the first half. But still, he reminded some of his players to move more and show their game, and he promises big guys that they will be playing and be prepared in the second half. Magbabalik po ang NBA dito sa Bacolod City.
Just to illustrate how big this game is for each of these teams, they are just now coming out of the dugout. The Cebu Gems heading to the floor, and the Negros Slashers aren't even out on the court yet.
Wala pa sila dito. And hearing the reports from JC and Trisha, both coaches are still very confident. Masaya sila sa nangyari ng first half eh. Tignan natin itong halftime stats natin. Cebu Gems shooting 49%, Negros 43%. That's the only reason why Cebu is close in this game, because they have more turnovers and less rebounds. Tsaka sa turnover points, lamang na lamang dito ang Negros Slashers. Of course, dahil talaga ngayon dreaded fast break machine ng Negros was into play during the first half.
Okay, and for Kenichi Ituri, things can only get better. His team did not play that well in the first half. Matt Mitchell scarcely a factor off the boards, and yet they're just down by 5 points. So they're really in healthy shape.
Very few touches si Matt Mitchell. Wala nga siya masyadong rebound. I think wala siyang offensive rebound. And then, tuwing makukuha niya yung bola, nalilimit siya because of the double teaming of Cebu. If this continues pagdating ng fourth quarter, expect Matt Mitchell probably not to pass already sa double team. Pipilitin na niya dahil pag-winning time na yun. On the part of the Slashers naman, si John Ferriols, hindi masyadong maingay pa nung first half. In fact, he had a long rest nung second quarter. And taking a look at our scoring leaders, Padilla with 16, Mitchell 9, Evans 4. Dito naman si Cardell 14, Ferriols 9, Teng 4. So yung top 2 natin ang pinag-uusapan, Padilla and Mitchell,
Halos
19
tabla pa rin.
points, 25 points. Sa kabilang side naman, Ferriols,
23.
Cardell 23. So sinasabi ko nga, they might neutralize each other in this game.
Perfect. On Wednesday, Batangas visits Pasig Rizal, and Iloilo will be here in Negros. In fact, the Megavolts already arrived earlier today because they wanted to spend some time getting used to the environment here in Bacolod, and no love lost between those two teams.
Tama
either.
yun. And of course, Iloilo had a confidence-boosting win yesterday over the Sox Sargent Marlins. Plus the fact that Vince Season will be playing his second game. Siguro, dahan-dahan yan si Vince Season. Gaganda ng laro niyan when he plays more games.
Abangan natin yan. Samantala, wala ng Cebu Gems. Simula tayo ng ating second quarter. By the way, you're talking about John Ferriols. He scored 9 points pero second quarter, hindi mo score.
Halos hindi nga siya naglaro doon. I think yung last 4 minutes, sabi ko nga kanina, 4 minutes to go na pinasok si John Ferriols. Usually, nasa 6-7 minutes mark. So, expect him to be fresh here for the second half.
Giovanni Pineda seeing action for the first time for Cebu.
Meron isa pang offensive option yan on the part of the Gems.
Nico using his elevation to get a bucket.
This is a more potent offensive five now for the Cebu Gems with Manigo, Padilla, and Giovanni Pineda alongside Matt Mitchell.
Wala, bounce it off his knee, recovers. Ferriols against a long arm Pineda. Ferriols against Mitchell. Double team came a bit too late.
Top shot by John Ferriols. Kompleto talaga to si John Ferriols, the complete package. Jump hook with his left hand.
You're watching the Cebu Gems at the Negros Slashers, the NBA Intra-Conference Challenge. Bill Velasco here with Mark Molina, Trisha Heslett, and of course JC Gonzalez. Turnover by the Gems. That's what hurt them in the second quarter.
Totoo yun. I think they committed 9 turnovers during the second quarter. Eh, yun ang lamang ilang Negros dito. Mas marami turnovers ang Gems. We should go back to John Ferriols here.
De La Rosa to Ferriols. Long jumper.
What can you say about this guy? Kanina slow move to the basket. Ngayon, 18-footer. Talagang, he's as complete a player as you can see here in the NBA.
13 points. 52-45. Padilla, long three.
Keeping the flames alive here for the Cebu Gems. 19 points na to for Stephen Padilla. Ang dami pa nating oras.
Again, they're still looking for that third scorer to make their options more complete. Wala, escaping Padilla but muffing the layup.
Anong nangyari dito kaya nakakadikit din ang Gems? Dahil itong Negro Flashers, wala pa rin lumilitaw na third option on their part.
Mitchell tried a dunk. Came up short. And Padilla missed.
And that has to be frustrating for Matt Mitchell.
Adele kicks it out. De La Rosa has all day. Not this time. Homer said almost.
Steal by Velar. Si Romy De La Rosa napapangiti na lang. I think if he's attempted mga 5 3-point shots here, wala pang nahuhulog po rin.
Samantala si Stephen Padilla naman 3 out of 4 from 3-point range. But nudged out of bounds by Villar.
He got a little bit too cute there that time. Meron na siyang up fake, meron pa siyang between the legs. Here's that last 3-point shot. Islander 3 from Stephen Padilla.
Din sa inyo ng Islanders Santos. May kapal ng urik.
Ibay ng uri.
Adele on his knees. Picks himself up. They're wasting a lot of time here. Clock down to 8. De La Rosa. Pasok ko na nga.
Nice move. Yun ang veterano. Libre ka na nga sa 3 points pero hindi pa ako nakakashoot dito eh. Ilapit natin.
Ika nga ni Elgin Baylor. If you can get a closer shot, why not? Mitchell in trouble. Manigo. Clock down to 3. He fires. Bails them out.
4 points here for Manigo sa third quarter natin. Kailangan nyo na Cebu Gems.
8 minutes and 35 seconds to go. 4-point lead for Negros. They are not
out of the woods yet. The quality of the offense of both teams itong third quarter is picking up.
Absolutely. Padilla, iniwanan si Villar. Pineda to Mitchell. Nakaposte. Nabitawan.
Sayang yun. One of the few times Mitchell got the ball down low. Nabitawan niya yung bola.
Perios, nakapwesto ng foul ni Pineda.
And once John Perios gets the ball as deep as that, wala ka na magagawa. 2 points na yun for foul.
8:06 to go.
It's a great pass from Maui Villar. Perios will now go to the line for 2.
Miscalculating the first free throw.
Kanina pa malakas yung free throws ni John. Wala siyang miss na nakapos. Puro malakas.
5-point margin for Negros, and JC Gonzalez has an update on Cebu. JC?
Alright, notice something about the Cebu offense. The point guards are instructed to always set up the offense at the opposite side of where John Ferrions is at. Somehow they want to limit John Ferrions' participation on the offensive board and help defense, guys.
Magandang punto rin yun dahil mag-make sila, huwag na makarebound si Perios.
Tama yun. I'd rather somebody else get an offensive rebound rather than John Perios. Dahil if he gets an offensive rebound, that's an almost sure 2 points.
Mitchell stumbling over Villar, and Villar called for a foul for reacting. Villar just scored, and at the other end, the Gems got an easy basket.
Here's that last play. Villar making that basket.
Well, he gets a technical and he apologizes to the fans. That's one thing where Villar has really matured the past couple of years.
Tama yun, dati pag nag-out of control na po si Maui Villar, pag nawala, parang loose cannon yan eh.
Oo.
Then wala na, kalimutan mo na, di mo na siya mapakinabangan for the whole game. Pero ngayon ang laki ng miniature ni Maui.
And he and Mitchell pat each other on the back, and everything's okay. Martinigo, the designated shooter for Cebu. (57-53). You know, Cebu actually has a lot of weapons at its disposal. You have Manigo, you have Se, you have Alforque, you have Lura. It's just a matter of one of them really deciding to be that third option.
At saka wala silang consistency. Walang consistency sa lahat ng options sila. Some games maganda laro ni Manigo, some games maganda laro ni Lura. Pero walang third guy na laging consistently there.
Manigo shaking things up inside. Shovel pass to Mitchell results in a foul on Alvin Teng, his third. But both teams have marshaled their fouls very well here.
So Alvin Teng will now step out. Ito, the second defender of Matt Mitchell comes in. Leo Patog. Ito lamang ni John Ferrios kay Matt Mitchell eh. Sa kabilang side, si Matt Mitchell ang mumamanday kay John Ferrios. Pero dito sa side sa offense ng mga Cebu Gems, ito si John Ferrios, hindi siya mumabanday kay Matt Mitchell eh. Marami siyang mas malalaking mga kakampi dito.
Giovanni Pineda, in fact, just coming in this second half to try to guard Ferrios. Mitchell missing the first free throw. 7:24 to go. Third quarter. But that's gonna bite you later on.
Tama yun, 2 misses by Matt Mitchell.
Petov against Sek, takes it strong, block. They dive for it, Perios picks it up, missing. Nakuha ni Cardel, wala ka rin.
So he misses.
Bad pass by Homer Sek, napaul po siya sa sama ng loob.
Sayang yun, yung layup ni John Perios sa ni John Cardel.
Under 7 minutes to go, Cebu calls a timeout. They are hanging on to the coattails of the Negros Slashers. Kakainis, no? 6-point lead for Negros. Cebu looking for a short run. Pineda inside to Mitchell. Hands everywhere when Matt Mitchell touches the ball.
Tama yung ginagawa ni Mitchell eh. He's staying active underneath the basket. Galaw siya ng galaw eh. Ang problema, hindi siya nasa spot ng tama ng mga kakampi niya dito sa Cebu Gems.
Dapat pag-cut niya, sabay dating ng bola.
Laging split second late.
Rios pulls down the rebound and Villar. Again. De La Rosa. Para maganet.
Finally, a 3-point shot. Calling in for Romy De La Rosa.
They matched the biggest lead of the game. Or they're a point shy of it. 61-53.
Ito, danger time ito on the part of the Cebu Gems. They must counter with a run here. Ayun. Big 3-point shot from Giovanni Pineda.
5:46 to go. Again, you can feel the offense starting to kick up. Leo Batog railroading it inside.
Sinagasaan ni Leo Batog that time si Homer Se.
Trying to go out for Rios. Padilla got a step on Villar. Mitchell powers his way up, scores and gets one.
Ito kung mapapansin mo, Bill, when one team is seemingly trying to take control of this game, nakakasagot ka agad yung kabilang team. 5 straight points now for the Cebu Gems.
Watch this, Mitchell just out leaping everybody. Foul will be on Batog, his first. Mitchell with the bonus. Crowd getting louder every time Matt Mitchell tries a free throw.
So mabigat yun, tatlong foul shot ang minis ni Matt Mitchell dito. 3 consecutive ones in the third quarter.
Cardell jacks up a triple, short. Batulakan si Batog at si Padilla ay si Manigo.
And the foul ni Gordon Manigo.
That's the second. Cebu and Negros each have 2 fouls. 5:03 to go in the third quarter.
It's going to be interesting here how both Tunichi Ituri and Robert Season will use their benches. Itong patapos ng third quarter natin tsaka early fourth quarter.
Batog. Gave it away. 3-on-2 break. Sidestepping goes to Mitchell. Bobbled but gets a layup.
So Homer says showing us some dribbling skills. Talagang malaki ang potential ito si Homer says.
Wala. Serios. Tough shot. Batog over the back of Homer said and just shrugs him off.
Ito si Leo Batog, nung nahulog siya, diretsong tayo lang kagad parang walang nangyari.
Here's an assist brought to you by Medicol. Bilis action sa headache.
It's always nice to see 2 big men running the fast break that way.
Slashers, as we said, playing with some extra emotion today. Vega Ignacio checks in. The Negros Slashers and ABS-CBN Bacolod have started a fund drive to help defray the medical expenses of Jack Canuan. As we mentioned, he's in need of a kidney transplant, and we all know what a complicated medical procedure that can be.
Tama yun.
Batog with his third foul. And now, Negros in penalty. 4:18 to go. Alam mo, inuunti-unti ng Cebu itong Negros. Dinadaan nila sa pasensya.
Tama, and pagdating ng fourth quarter, anything can happen. Kahit nasa home court itong Negros Slashers, a few 3-point shots here and there, Cebu can now win this game.
Manigo, great first step, tapped away by Cabell.
Fast hands that time being shown by John Cardell.
Dennis Madrid, who played very well in the middle of the first half, and we're talking about
Tama ka nga si Evans ka ang minuto.
sabi sa iyo, nakinig sa akin. Medyo matagal na rin ako dito sa trabaho. Padilla missing an outside bomb. Negros has 16 points off turnovers. Cebu only 5. That gives you a picture of who's been taking care of the basketball. Kenny Evans comes back in.
And that's expected dahil yung Negro Slashers, mas aggressive yung pressure defense sila. And mas potent ang fast break offense ng Negro Slashers.
De La Rosa, long range bomber, rattles out. Alam mo, inaalat si Ronnie ngayong hapon.
But as a shooter, you have to keep on shooting. Kung hindi ka na tumira dyan, ilalabas ka ng coach mo.
Darating na. Tries for a steal. Pineda trying to release. 4-point lead for Negros. Manigo, bothered by Batog. No.
So si Manigo really providing a spark here in the third quarter for the Cebu Gems.
Mike Manigo, 9 points, 7 of them in this period. Romy De La Rosa, 0 out of 6 now from 3-point range.
Tumira pa rin si Romy ng isa doon.
Ayun ang trabaho niya.
Oo, sa bagay. Ito, papasok pa si Ruben. Probably for Ruben. Yan, magandang substitution yan. Dahil yung shooter, ipahinga mo muna, tapos ipasok mo yung ulit mamaya. Baka sakaling uminit mamaya yun.
Give and go play. Sion guarded tightly by De La Rosa. They always attack the new guy on the floor.
Tama yun, pero hindi nag-productive ito si Mike Manigo. With a steal
To Evans. Jump hook bounces out. Sion blocked by Madrid. In a crowd. Blocked again.
great defense that time by Dennis Madrid and Leo Batog.
And Tunitsu Turi was nodding his head. He appreciated the effort of the Giants.
Tama yung malinis yung dalawang shot block nun by the Negro Flashers.
Madrid drains one.
And that's his shot. Yung hesitation dribble and then pull up for the short jumper.
6 points. Gamboa trying to make some room. The lead is 4. Muscling his way in. Jump hook has not dropped. Evans gets it over to Gamboa. Manigo. 3-second violation, and that happened because Evans didn't take the shot.
Tama yun. That was called against Evans.
Slashers call a timeout. The lead is 4. A minute and 57 to go. Third quarter.
Play.
Okay.
Pag meron silang two-man game with Aldrich Reyes.
Ega Ignacio also joining action. So, a lot of new bodies on the floor for Negros.
Yung buong starting five ng Negros resting on the bench already. Sa Cebu naman si Homer Sen nandiyan pa, tsaka si Mike Manigo.
Big foul there by Gamboa. Threw a forearm into the chest of Ega Ignacio.
Only the second foul on Arnold Gamboa.
And the third on Cebu. Tumamba naman ngayon si Mike Manigo. Madrid caught him out of 3. White wants to post up. Gamboa shoving him out. Pero nalibre naman si Reyes.
Masyado siyang dinikitan that time ni Mike Manigo. Dapat medyo atasan ng konti dahil Aldrich Reyes not known as a 3-point shooter.
Manigo barreling inside.
And he has been the answer here for the Cebu Gems in the third quarter. 11 points for Mike Manigo.
Missing link perhaps for the Gems. Sion trying to shut out Madrid. Ruben De La Rosa. Double team, bad pass. Manigo in a foot race with Reyes. Challenge, but scores anyway. Kanina, kanan yun.
Oo. Magaling talaga fuminish ito si Mike Manigo. Tsaka very explosive in the open court.
He has 11 on his 13 in this third period. 67-65. Cebu threatening.
And he becomes the third player from Cebu to score in double figures.
Wild shot by Reyes. Bad pass by the Gems. Alam mo, yan lang ang pumipreno sa Cebu.
Turnovers. Masyado nagmamadali dito si Arnold Gamboa. Hindi pa nakatingin sa kanya si Carlos Sayon ibinigay na yung outlet pass.
Reyes penetrating to right. The bobble got fouled and makes it.
Great pass by Aldrich Reyes.
But they nullify the basket. They call traveling on White.
White is called for traveling. Sayang, yung ang ganda ng drop pass ni Aldrich Reyes kay Sid White.
Two-point lead. Final half minute of the third quarter. And it hit the sideline sign claiming he got held down.
Maganda tong surprise snap na pinapakita dito ng Negros Slashers dahil hindi alam ng Cebu Gems kung kailan nila gagamitin. And they're doing it with two quick players, 2-point guards in Aldrich Reyes and Dennis Madrid.
Dagdag mo pa dyan si Ruben De La Rosa na mabilis din.
Kasi si Dwight, who is playing power forward ngayon may quickness advantage din yan.
Pinalik kay White ang bola. Fall away. He gets it.
Lucky bounce for Sid White. Yung birthday bounce yun.
Hindi araw-araw yun. 6 points for White. Evans through the fingers of Manigo.
And again, another turnover. Dito sa Cebu Gems. And Evans, I think, has about 4 or 5 of those turnovers.
2.8 seconds to go. Ignacio, long three. That's too much to ask for. 69-65, the Slashers hold on to the lead, but just barely. The Gems come back hard in the fourth quarter. You can bet on that. We'll be right back. Especially in the South, no? 69-65, and I'm sure the fans of the Cebu Gems are kind of worried. Alam mo, maraming fan club ang Cebu Gems in their home province. And kahit mga hindi mo fans club, may mga pamilya rin na sabay-sabay nanonood at nananalangin.
And I'm sure
sa mga Gems.
lahat yan nanonood ngayon sa atin sa TV.
Oo, marami tayong mababanggit dyan. Look at the quarter scores.
Very close yung lahat ng quarters natin except for the second quarter. Nakalang mga Slashers ng 5 points over the Gems.
Madrid penetrating.
Ito si Dennis Madrid providing the spark here for the Negros Slashers.
I don't think the Gems are really prepared for Madrid to be a factor.
Tama yun, dahil at ibang dimension ang pinapakita ni Dennis Madrid dito sa Slashers compared to Maui Wilang.
White takes it over to Madrid. Three-pointer. Aldrich Reyes holds on to the ball. Fresh shot clock for the Slashers. Big basket for Aldrich Reyes. Is it a three?
Yes, surprise shot by Aldrich Reyes. Di rin tumili ng 3 points yan. At that time, he made the 3. Meron pang foul.
Kenny Evans, the guilty party. And now let's go to Patricia Heslett.
Yes, Coach Robert instructed his players to double their efforts habang wala pa si Cardell tsaka si Ferrios. As I've reported kanina, si Ferrios is still having a fever kaya hindi muna siya siguro makakabalik for the meantime. Sabi rin niya, kailangan i-settle down muna nila pag nakuha nila ang bola bago ipasa or take the shot, which is luckily is effective 30 seconds Stingers dahil nasa lead pa rin sila sa ngayon. Back to you guys.
All right. 73-65, Aldrich Reyes. Big bucket there.
Ginawa rin ni Coach Robert season dito. One of the major changes that he has instilled itong bench play ng Negros Slashers. Di-develop na talaga itong bench ng Negros and they are responding.
Mitchell, Alforque, and Lura, new faces for Cebu.
Masyado mataas yun, not even for Roy Lura who is a high leaper.
Just too many turnovers. We've said it again and again. That is what is holding Cebu down.
And that can be the story of this game.
Offensive foul is called against White for setting a screen.
So ito, may pag-asa ulit ang Cebu Gems para matapesan tong 9-point lead ng Slashers.
For the Gems, it just boils down to taking better care of the basketball. Alforque looking inside.
They should be more aggressive now in looking for Matt Mitchell.
Mitchell gets a bump from White. Foul.
That was a good pick and roll play that time between Padilla and Mitchell dahil pareho silang threat eh. So may hirapin natin kung paano mag-react ang Slashers if the Gems go to that play.
2 fouls on Negros. Cebu has 1. Biggest lead of the game. 10:42 to go, fourth quarter. Gamboa missing the jumper. Aldrich Reyes pushing it up. Ignacio too deep but recovers.
No fouls were called that time. May nag-collide si Lura at si Aldrich Reyes. Pero another turnover by the Gems.
Cebu is trying to break the press pero nababasa yung mga outlet pass. Mga entry pass rather. 76-65.
And these two guys, Dennis Madrid and Aldrich Reyes, playing big here in the fourth quarter.
Madrid missing. Taken away by Alforque. Challenging the big man. They go back the other way. 2-on-1. De La Rosa hands off Madrid. Off the court.
He babied that shot.
Oh. Alforque. Short stab. Cebu is rushing. Cebu is rushing its offense.
And a foul will be called on Roy Luna.
There's a fast break brought to you by FedEx. We live to deliver. The whole coaching staff of Cebu waving their hands down. Let's settle down.
Tama yun. Mahaba pa ang laro natin. 9 minutes and 39 seconds. They must set up and go to their set place.
As we mentioned, take the emotion out of the game.
At nagmamadali kasi ng Cebu Gems, they take the offense of Matt Mitchell away. Ayun ang strength nila eh. So kailangan panapin nila si Matt Mitchell dito sa fourth quarter.
Sid White, layup is no good. Reaching foul on De La Rosa.
His first 2 on
Each team has 2. Alam mo, konting kalma lang para sa Cebu. Didikit na ito.
Tama yun eh. Itong five naman ng Slashers ako, gustong-gusto nila yung ganitong klaseng energy. Yung gandang labanan.
Lura bothered by the defense. Reyes in a crowd. Maybe he should have waited. Oh, wala. Hurriedly sent back in. Lura up fake.
Finally, basket for the Cebu Gems.
That's the lead to a single digit. Ano yung mga manonood natin ito para kinukuryente. They're reacting to everything.
Every loose ball, every rebound, talagang very, very animated ang crowd natin.
Offensive foul on De La Rosa.
Ito babalik na si John Cartel for Aldrich Reyes.
Mike Manigo comes back in. Manigo, as we said, played brilliantly in the third quarter.
Now, pareho sila ni Stephen Padilla. Kailangan na mag-produce dito for the Cebu Gems.
Gamboa on the outside, really spread out for Cebu. Mitchell. There's a double team. Poked away by Capel. Lura trying to get it from De La Rosa. Not an easy job.
That pass by Matt Mitchell was anticipated by the Negro Slashers. So another turnover here for the Gems.
Mitchell getting very frustrated. Asking the guards to cut in para maibalik niya yung bola.
Tama yun. Ito ang frustrating dito sa Slashers, sa Gems. Hindi sila nakaka-attempt eh. Puro turnovers ang nangyayari sa mga offensive sets nila.
De La Rosa squares. Hirap na rebound ng malapitan ng Cebu. Again, they throw the ball away. Madrid taking off. Nakuha ni Ignacio.
again, force of turnovers for the Negro Slashers. Tsaka to si Arnold Gamboa is setting for jumpers. Dapat penetrate din to si Arnold Gamboa and take it strong to the hoop.
Dribbling display by Mike Manigo. Kung nag-aaral pa si Manigo, ganun talaga ang style. Kung gumawa yan dati.
I imagine siguro sa college, kaya gumawa ng mga 40 points a game.
It is 9. Either team is done. Abdel. Madrid, clock down to 2 seconds. He fires it. Then the ball stayed in the one player's hands too long. Padilla. Pick up. Lura. For 3. Short. Napulot ni Padilla and the lead is down to 7.
Hindi magandang nangyari for the Slashers dahil wala pa sa kanilang bola. Itong si Edgar Ignacio at si Ruben De La Rosa tumatakbo sa fast break.
Things getting quite physical underneath. De La Rosa taking it strong. Blocked and fouled by Mitchell. Sinubo talaga and Coach Itoy is livid about that call.
And Mitchell doesn't like it also. Dahil parang nag-extend yata ng off-arm si Ruben De La Rosa.
Slashers call out timeout. 6.5 minutes to go. The Gems in it was 4 out of 12. So
Both teams not shooting well in this fourth quarter.
balik na si Alvin Peng. And, his job there is to build a fence around Matt Mitchell.
So ito na. Halos regular starting five na to for the Slashers. Wala nila si Maui Wilao.
Don Ferrier is also on the floor now for Negros. Mitchell reaching for the ball.
Good tap from behind by Alvin Teng and another turnover for the Cebu Gems.
Ferrios swept away was Alvin Teng. Nagtatawa na sila ni Matt Mitchell.
Nawala sa picture.
Naisahan mo ako dun.
Again, Gamboa, jumper. Another jump shot by Gamboa and probably siguro dapat na ibalik dito ni Coach Shunichi Itoy si Homer Se.
Pagod na rin to si Gamboa. Kanina pang babad.
Tama yun, ito papunta na sa scorer's table si Homer Se.
Ferrios went baseline, got hacked by Gamboa.
And that's a good foul dahil John Ferrios, bubuhati na siya doon, halos shoot 2 points na yun.
Foul on Arnold.
Here comes the two remaining starters na hindi pa bumabalik sa Slashers. Si Maui Wilao and Ruben De La Rosa. Homer Se naman ang papasok for Arnold Gamboa.
You mean Romy De La Rosa?
Romy De La Rosa.
Pareho na silang regular ang buhok na yun eh. Kaya nakakalito eh. Dati magkaiba kulay ng buhok na. Naging mag-teammate pa. The Gems on 5 fouls. Negros just 2. 5 and 38 to go. Dennis Madrid is being iced.
Di ba, another thing going against the Cebu Gems with 5 minutes and 38, they are already in penalty situation.
For Cebu, it's actually just two things. It's taking care of the basketball and getting the ball inside.
Tama yun. Si Mitchell, halos walang touches dito sa ating fourth quarter.
Omar Ser being aggressive, fouled underneath. Pero kita mo, ang layo ng pinanggalingan ni Mitchell para rebound.
Oh, and he kept that ball alive. One of the few offensive rebounds by the Cebu Gems. With 5 minutes and 24, 11 points, pwede pa makabalik dito si Cebu Gems. But they have to take care of the ball.
Kung nasisira yung momentum. Sion and Sasan, the former Slashers. Matt Mitchell pulls that down. One of the few offensive boards that Mitchell has gotten today. In fact, only his second.
And one of the few good looks dito sa game from Matt Mitchell.
Villar calls a timeout, a 30-second wisely to prevent a turnover.
So a surprise slap that time by Coach Junichi Ituri with Matt Mitchell nando sa point position.
Atid sa inyo ng Remicon, buhay ang dugo, buhay ang lakas. Let's go into the huddle of Negros.
Sinasabi nito ni Coach Junichi Ituri, 14 seconds na lang ang natitira sa shot clock. So dapat meron tayong 8-second violation.
May have a point about that.
Alvin! Okay, Maui! Maui, dito ka magaling! Soy!
And Villar was in the backcourt.
Tama yun. Hindi pa nakakatawid si Maui Welao.
Maui, put yung bola. Pag nakuha natin yung bola, Maui, short tayo, bigay natin kay Cap. Cap, go here. Mangyari, Tisoy. Don't be big. Anak ang spot up dito si Romy. Go, Cap, go. Pagkakit, dito natin pick up si Romy. Ako natin, red time short. Ngayon, yung press break natin, Maui, hindi mo puti. Nandito si Tisoy. Tisoy, ikaw na tumit na. Maui. Nandito si Cap. Si Romy. Alvin. Ngayon, nakita mo maluwag dito. Tatakbo si Cap dyan para bigyan mo. Dalawang option mo. Dalawang din sila. Huwag mo galing dito. Kaya dali mo rito pero huguti mo. Wala na tayong oras ba?
Alam mo, marami kang maririnig kay Robert Sisson na kunwari ganito pero ganito. That's how complex coaching has become. You cannot just do anything openly anymore. Totoo yun. There's a lot of deception involved.
Let's see what the referees will do in this situation.
14 seconds on the shot clock. And Junichi Ituri wondering why they don't have the basketball. Dahil dapat 8-second violation na rin Negros. So what's going to be the call here?
It's not clear yet who will get ball possession. So it will go to the Gems. Dapat yung inform siguro nila muna. I think what should happen here is yung timeout ng Negros Slashers should not be counted to them. Dahil technically, wala nang sa kanilang possession, tumawag ng timeout si Maui.
Nevertheless, 8-second violation will be called on them. Because regardless of whether it's 14 or 14 point something, it's still more than 8 seconds off the clock. Manigo scores.
And that would be a big play in this game.
Oh, yes. But the Slashers have to forget that. They just diagrammed the play a while ago, and they've got to be able to execute here. If you stay with Negros, 14 seconds on the clock.
And they should do it here. Ang ginawa ni Robert Sisson, pinakita sa kanya kung paano i-break yung full court pressure ng Cebu Gems.
Villar, run up without the ball. Now the Gems want to run it. Amigo, what about a three as everyone blew by him? Mitchell recovers it. Lost the ball. Lula. Almost said, drives inside. Slashers asking for traveling. Manigo to Mitchell. He stuffs it.
Great pass by Mike Manigo. Breakdown move. Drop pass to Matt Mitchell.
82-78, the lead is 4. Now the Slashers call a full timeout. The lead is 4 and 14 to play. Into 1999 NBA Slam Dunk King. Walang takot talaga. Kung sinasabi mo, breakdown move by...
That was made possible because of that great assist pass by Mike Manigo. Ito, araw ulit.
Cebu on a run here. Padilla holds on to possession inside to Mitchell.
Ang gandang pasang that time by Mike Manigo to Matt Mitchell again.
And now Robert Susan gets a technical for complaining. He's getting really miffed dahil tingin niya sunod-sunod na yung matawag na dapat napunta sa kanila.
Gusto ni Robert Season, kaya tanong niya bakit hindi ko tinawagan ng 3 seconds si Matt Mitchell. And Negros must regain their composure.
They have to calm down. The lead is 2. Precious chance here for Padilla to trim it to just 1.
But this is a veteran team. Nandun si John Cardel, Romy De La Rosa, Alvin Teng, saka John Rolls. Hindi sila dapat mag-panic.
Alam mo, yung mga mintis na free throw na yan, babalikan at babalikan yan yung Cebu Gems maya-maya.
Tama yun, marami silang minis dito sa ating second half.
There's an assist brought to you by Medical Bilis Action sa headache. 82-80. Five-game winning streak here by the Negros Slashers on the line. De La Rosa for 3. Finally!
Big three by Romy De La Rosa. Anytime there is a crack, if you break the crack, the 3-point shot will always be free. And they took advantage.
Dennis Madrid converts. And suddenly the lead is 7.
Biglang nagkabali dito sa Bacolod. Everybody on their feet.
Somebody turned up the voltage. Padilla to Mitchell. Bounce it off somebody's leg. Lura for 3. It's up. Manigo recovers. Cebu has to settle down. Mitchell, jumper, air ball.
Jump ball will be called on Homer Sen, John Coriols.
The Gems will keep possession. Let's check out this big 3-point shot brought to you by Islanders. Sandals may kapal ng urig. Tibay ng urig. Romy De La Rosa missed his first 6 3-point attempts.
Pero veterano yan. When everything counts, masushoot talaga ni Romy yan.
87-80. 3:02 to go. We have a timeout.
Sa lahat ng Forever James, the official James of NBA 2000. Islanders Sandals, may kapal na urig, tibay na urig.
Alright, it's needless to say, a very fiery ball game here. Second look at a fast break brought to you by FedEx. We live to deliver. Dennis Madrid, great supporting role today.
Oo, kaya he's being rewarded with finishing this game. Si Maui Wilao on the bench.
15 seconds on the clock.
Oh, what a turn of events, no? Just when the Gems thought they were in striking distance, 2 points na lang. 5 straight points for the Slashers.
Manigo. There's a switch. Mitchell's open underneath. Homer Seth fumbles. Look at the way Cadell cradles the basketball. And let's go quickly now to Trisha Hesler.
Yes, a sudden change of mood for Coach Robert and even the fans of Negros Slashers dahil dun sa mga tawag ng referee. Pero sabi ni Coach Robert sa kanyang players, nag-sorry siya for that technical foul dahil gusto lamang na magising ang mga referee. Back to you guys.
Right, good block by Mitchell on Perios. Padilla has to scramble. Lora inside, batted away.
And again, turnovers killing the Gems.
Those have got to hurt, especially now they are down by 7 at crunch time. Third foul on Roy Lura.
One-on-one situation here for Dennis Madrid.
Slashers, tatlo pa lamang ang foul.
He has been very big here in the second half. Dennis Madrid.
11 points. Cebu has 10 turnovers in this period. Negros only 4.
Cebu must have more than Probably close to 30 turnovers already in this game.
And yet they're only down by 9 despite the 2 free throws from Dennis Madrid. Amigo with Lura, denied a 3. Back down the sideline. Stepping with the Golden Roy Lura. At sabi ni Kunichi, walang tumulong.
Tama yun.
Binigay yung bola sa kanya, iniwan siya mag-isa na double team.
Walang nagpakita kay Roy Lura doon. Lahat sila palayo kay Roy Lura.
Ferocious defense by Negros. Abdel, double team. Pops a pass to De La Rosa. Tried to get it to Ferriols. Maybe it's time to put in Maui Velar.
And this is a good substitution by Coach Robert Season. Now he has 2 point guards inside the game because ang feeding niya dito nagtapak ng si James.
Well, the final 2 minutes brought to you by FedEx. We live to deliver. Mitchell goes up strong. Good pass from Padilla.
And all of the points of Mitchell coming off assist passes. Wala talaga masyadong strong post move si Mitchell dito. Konting-konti ang touches niya.
89-82. Ferriols. Air ball. Off the fingers of Alvin Teng.
Still a lot of time here.
There's an assist brought to you by Medical Bilis Aksyon sa headache. Cebu signals for a timeout. A minute and 37. We're not done yet. It's a 30-second timeout brought to you by Revicon. Buhay ang dugo. Buhay ang lakas.
Tayo, Ben. Sabitan na natin. Ha? Kahit tayo dito. Ito lang yan. Pag nakashoot tayo ngayon, lima na lang yan. Okay? Ha? Ito ka natin yung miskin ng bola. Sige. Ito tayo, ha? Ito tayo. Ha? Stay tayo. Ha? Okay natin. Okay? Listen. Pag ganito, pagpasa, double agad. Rotate tayo, ha? Right now, thumbs up tayo, ha? Yeah.
7-point lead for Negros. They've led for the majority of this game, but the Gems have always been close.
Oo. Halos minsan lang yata nag-double digit advantage itong Negros Flashes sa game natin.
Nakapuri ka, partner. Mike Manigo for 3. Rattles out. Mitchell arguing possession. Hindi nag-usa.
Akala ko kasi maaagaw na naman ng Negros yung output pass ng si Miguel.
Madrid to Abdel. And they had to foul. That's it. The third foul on Mitchell. It's been a lot of the little things hurting Cebu in this game.
Isa pa sa mga mistakes dito sa Cebu Gems yung free throw shooting siya. Very atrocious itong second half. I think Mitchell missed at least 3 or 4 dito sa second half natin. Yung technical free throw. That could have cut the lead down to 1 point.
Abdel with 15 points. Sion back in the game. Homer said didn't realize he was replaced.
May small lineup pa dito ang Cebu Gems. So expect them to trap.
Negros has 8 steals in the quarter.
11 turnovers for Cebu.
Spin move by Manigo, hangs in the air. Madrid lost it, Abdel dives for it. And the Gems have to foul to stop the time. Fourth foul on Lura.
Great hustle being shown here by John Caldel and the Negros Flashes. 2 shots for Dennis Madrid.
Two free throws Cortez Monterrey.
Madrid making up for absence due to injury.
Ito si Dennis Aguirre, dating starting point guard sa Batangas Blades. So sanay ito sa mga pressure situations.
He has 13.
And most of them here in the second half.
They've got 14. 56 seconds to go. Negros leads 93-82. Things looking bleak for the Gems. We have a timeout. Okay, ticklish situation now for the Cebu Gems. They're down by 11, less than a minute to go, and not too many options now, except to take 3-point shots and foul a lot.
Tama yun. They have to take threes and then apply pressure, hope for steals. Kung walang steals, then they have to foul to stop the clock. Ito ang free throws natin sa fourth quarter. Negros, perfect 11 out of 11. So Cebu Gems naman 1 out of 3. So yung mga malilit na bagay, yung mga minsan hindi masyadong napapansin, like free throw shooting and too many turnovers, yan ang pumatay dito sa Cebu Gems.
Nalaglag sa kamay ni Stephen Padilla, and now defensive pressure flanked by the Gems on the slashers. Ardel fouled by Manigo. Fans reacting to everything. They're so protective.
And I believe from this point onward, mukhang foul na lang ang Cebu Gems.
And now it'll be 2 free throws for Jonadel Cardel.
Let's see if they can remain perfect here in the fourth quarter from the free throw line. Well, about 12.
Again, the little things.
Tama yun. Talagang mas too many turnovers talagang pumatay dito sa Cebu Gems.
A minute ago, you just saw Sid White and Robert Susan. Since they joined the Slashers have not lost. Sion.
Hindi na siguro lucky charm yun. Both player and coach doing a good job for their new teams.
95-84 the count. Cebu, again, that was the story of the game. They had their chances.
Ang daming opportunities sa Cebu Gems to close in the fourth quarter. Despite na marami silang erratic yung start ng fourth quarter, very erratic sila. They were still within 3 points going into the last 4 minutes of this game. Pero
Again, that technical free throw could have cut the lead to 1.
too many mistakes.
It was 5 straight points naman ng Negros.
Tama yun, the big 3-point shot by De La Rosa. And that steal by Madrid practically broke the backs of the Cebu Gems.
Trying to put the finishing touches. They are still perfect from the line in this quarter. So we will call one more time on 43.9 on the clock. Let's see what Tunichi Ituri can come up with.
Four down. Roll. Kung maglalabas. Four down tayo. Okay? Set. Stephen. Mike. Ha? Stephen. Mike. Screen. Kung libre, hit mo. Kung hindi, 1, 2. Coming out. Let's hit the shot. Kung wala, Roy. Kung wala, pasok ka agad. Baka kung wala ka tira, balik mo. Okay? Ikaw, Matt. Look at this. Okay? Kung wala dito, labas ka agad. Hayaan mo si Matt kumonte. 2 points tayo, tapos baka naman tayo. Ha? Okay? Come on, guys.
So the mathematical probability very, very small for Cebu to come back.
Pero tama yung ginagawa ni Coach Tunichi Ituri. He is continue coaching para pinapakita niya sa team na huwag kayong mawawala ng loob. Because for all you know, itong final 43 seconds, you might pick up something up here for the next game.
And at the same time, down the road, the quotient could be a factor.
Tama din yun. We have to give credit here to the bench of the Negros Slashers. Sila ang nagbigay ng lead. First start ng fourth quarter, guys like Aldis Reyes, of course Dennis Madrid, Sid White, saka si Egay Ignacio.
Everybody chipping in. Easing the load onto starters. Padilla. Oh, swoops in. Sat Rios down. Makoto Nathan. He dunks it. Or exclamation. Padilla gets a trick. Gems are still fighting, but all that remains really is the final score.
Ito, itong 100 points na marker na to. Usually, ang Negros Slashers, if they reach that number, nananalo talaga yan. Because of their talagang offensive team itong Negros Slashers.
There's a quick flashback at a no-fear slam dunk from Reynel Hugnatan. Walang takot talaga. Actually, Hugnatan and Batok, we christened them the No-Fear Brothers.
Pareho to. Walang inaatasan.
Padilla sits down for De La Rosa, Ruben De La Rosa. And a big game for the Wild team. Seconds.
Ito si Bawi. Nakagaw pa. And he saw that from a mile away. Nandun siya sa backcourt. Hinabol niya yung pasa.
Boy, they're really making this painful for Cebu. Nura drains one. 103-90, the final score. The Cebu Gems fighting hard, but in the end, as we said, the little things, the missed free throws, the taking care of the basketball hurt them. And the Negros Slashers cannot be denied that they have really played very well today. At lahat talaga tumulong.
Tama yun. Yung overall bench depth at bench strength ng Negros Slashers proves too much for the Cebu Gems dahil ng fourth quarter na